Hey everybody. Okay, I'm gonna give Facebook a minute to just get live here. Make sure that you're actually hearing me talk, waiting for it to come live. Anyway, so I love my life because I just walk through life and I see these things. And I actually love this about Facebook that I get this place to just comment about stuff that I see because I have this thing on my bathroom wall that says that you're never a failure if you make mistakes. When you try to blame somebody else, it's actually that's what's being a failure because you're excusing yourself. And if you excuse yourself from your mistakes, you can't grow from them. And so failure will become inevitable. And I love that because it just reeks of total responsibility, right? I want to blame people. I want to think that things that are going wrong are your fault or what have you. And I'm just going to give you this example of something that happened at the gym. And this kind of thing is so typical. And I love gym scenarios because I was a trainer, I worked in gyms, I managed gyms. I was the person that people got when they asked to see the manager, right? So I definitely was on the receiving side of angry people, blaming people, frustrated people who wanted service and they wanted something to be made right. And I had to figure out how to give it to them or how to let them know that I couldn't give it to them and apologize for their frustration. Anyway, so I'm at the gym. I go to the thing to clean my machine off. I go to the paper towel thing. There's no paper towels. I go up to the guy that I believe is the manager, and I asked him, because it's a holiday. I said, "Are there, maintenance people who can change the paper towels? Are they off today?" And he says, "No, there's people working." And then he proceeded to let me know that the reason that there's no paper towels is because a lot of them are empty, and the shipment didn't come in, and he had to spend his own money to buy whatever paper towels that they had. And you know what I want to say to that? I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck because I don't need the story. Like everybody's got this like story, Let me give you a story of like why it's wrong so that I don't have to be responsible. And let me also tell you something about the hierarchy of a gym. If you're a manager, you're responsible for everything from your employees to the lifeguard to the paper towels to the shit that's stuck in the toilet. All right. So when something breaks down, for me as the manager or the member services person or the person who was expected to solve the customer problems, it was essential for me to A, listen, B, first, apologize for someone's inconvenience, and then C, let them know what I could or would do in order to make it better. For me, there was never the possibility of an excuse in there. I mean, perhaps I could give them some specific reasons as to why XYZ was happening, but in this case, the manager may not actually be the person who orders the paper towels, but the manager manages the person who orders the paper towels. And if someone ordering the paper towels has this consistent problem of not being up on the order or giving it enough time, and I'll tell you, there's two reasons in business why something doesn't happen or why they run out of inventory. Someone's not on top of it, or someone higher up made the decision to save money and not invest or wait on investing. And businesses do that all the time. I mean, it's a fact, right? They only have so much money. Sometimes they're in a slump. So they say, okay, we're not going to fix the jacuzzi, but we'll buy the paper towels, or we're going to cut some hours. I mean, that's typical for businesses to be able to function and manage, right? So by telling me first that they didn't get ordered, it's like, well, who's ordering them? You or someone else that you manage? So A, I don't understand the lack of responsibility there. And then B, the story about how he had to pull money out of his own wallet is like, Martyr. So what? So what? Oh, God, you're such a good person. Oh, thank you so much that you're such a good person that you pulled money out of your own wallet to make sure there were some paper towels instead of half the things are out of paper towels. Wow, I'm so impressed with what a good person you are. And again, I think I have the capacity to see the bigger picture, like the story he's trying to tell and like the fact that there are no paper towels. But your average person is like, what do I care? Like, there's no paper towels. Like, that person is really just wants the paper towels. You see what I'm saying? So I love these types of scenarios because they just keep pointing back to this idea that I can't blame people for my mistakes. I can't make you responsible for what I do or don't do. And there's no power in any of that. I'm going to move through the world and be like, well, I don't do this because you did that, or I can't say this because you said that, or I don't want to make up my mind about this because you told me I need to make up my mind about that. You see what I'm saying? Like power, 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 power lies in your ability to evaluate what's happening and to make up your own mind. And as soon as you start blaming people, you're excusing yourself. As soon as you're excusing yourself, you play the martyr or the victim. And then you can't be responsible for anything good that happens in your life, right? Everything has to be about the primary responsibility of self. Self, everything emanates from self. So be aware of self. Stop blaming other people for your life, Get hip to what's going on inside and around you that you're creating. And then, I don't know, I'm going to guess that things might just be getting a little bit better for you. Thanks for sharing time with me.